to the NBA on 2K Sports. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Doris Burke will be along, too, from the sideline. It's getting noisy here in Oklahoma City. We're at the Peak, the Chesapeake Energy Arena, home of the Thunder. Now let's check out the State Farm starting lineups. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, Kevin Durant.
You know, no matter what you do with Durant defensively, nothing bothers him. You try to be physical with him. You know, that's probably your best bet. But that's easier said than done because he can get around you with that speed and quickness. But really what he's looking to do is create space and shoot over the top.
And you've just highlighted a lot of what he has from a skills standpoint, but it's his demeanor, that unflappable nature, that always in attack mode. He's got the quick release. He's got the size to shoot over most any defender. And he can go for buckets in a hurry. He's streaky, but he's efficient as well as effective for long stretches. He's special.
Now here's Curry. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's his first foul. Down low. Barnes passes to Bogut. All sorts of time, and he knocks down the jumper. Bogut's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Warriors.
You know, the Warriors had a lot of issues last season, but one area where they continued to improve was their performance against fellow Western Conference foes. They really played well against the West before injuries hit hard down the stretch.
Now Curry. After Westbrook's missed three, Thompson for the triple. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Well, if anything, Thompson has been an even better shooter in the pros than he was in college. Maybe because people aren't focused on him as much offensively. But he has a beautiful stroke, and he's a deadeye from the three-point line.
But Steve, even when he's closely guarded, he has the confidence and focus to knock it down. And when you have injuries, Steve, to your big players like Bogut and Curry, the West can be downright brutal to you, and I think, Clark, that the Warriors experienced that firsthand.
They found out right away how difficult it can be because in rebuilding mode halfway through the season, that was a challenge. And hopefully for their fans, it'll pay off this year.
Here's Lee, following the score by Serge Ibaka, and finished off by Bogut.
Tell you what, he's not going to win any high jump competition, so it's a good thing he doesn't have to go too far to get to the rim.
I'm not sure he could, or any of us could slip a piece of paper under him when he takes off.
It doesn't matter much, so, Kevin, because he's such a big man. I mean, if he gets positioned, forget about it.
And so it's Golden State with it, following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Bogut with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Boy, it doesn't get much better than that. Curry with a really nice screen.
Here's Westbrook. Bangs on the trifecta. Westbrook's got 7.
Good luck trying to figure out how to defend this guy. It's a major order and hard to come up with an answer for him.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws here tonight.
Well, they were a fairly decent free throw shooting team a year ago, Kevin, about 77% from the line.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And both free throws good for Curry.
Another trip to the line, and he's right on the mark. He's not a guy you want to get in the habit of putting on the strike.
And here's Harden for... Oh, he knocks it in! A beautiful buzzer beater!
Just in time.
He just throws up a prayer, and it gets answered.
And those kind of shots are such a big lift for any team going into a break.
And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Thunder out in front. Now we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
And I'm just so impressed with the long-range shooting. They have really lit it up from outside.
Yeah, the sharp shooting from deep, a big part of their lead, and they're playing with confidence and shooting it well.
Well, it's interesting. This Oklahoma City team has gotten better and better. And now it's to the point where every year the expectations are for the Thunder to pretty much get out of the West and maybe win the championship. Not easy to play with that kind of burden.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Klay Thompson and Brandon Rush at the 2 and 3. Carl Landry is out there at Beatrice, and it's Jack in at the 1 spot. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Guys, what an impressive start to the career for Warriors shooting guard Klay Thompson. Coach Mark Jackson said everything about him says winning. He takes tremendous pride, not just in his shooting, but in his entire game. He's a big-time competitor, an underrated defender, an underrated passer. It's scary to think just how good he's going to be. Guys, the Warriors are thrilled with their pickup.
Sounds like he made a big impression.
Hammer time! Hammer time! I can't imagine that we'll see one better than that tonight.
I'm with you on that, aren't you, Steve?
Oh, yeah, I'd be shocked if we saw something more entertaining than that one.
And that last replay courtesy of Sprite. Here's Thompson. Dishes it to Jack. There's 47 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And Rush kicks to Jack. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And they get it. That's blocked.
You know, Jack has bounced around a little bit in the NBA, but wherever he's gone, he's been a leader. He just has that intangible quality of getting the most out of his teammates when they're on the floor with him, and that's why he's a valued commodity around this league.
You know what? If you want to be a winning team, you have to have a point guard that knows exactly when to push the tempo and when to slow it down, when to go, when to flow, when to slow it up. And Jack has shown that he can run an offense well, and he's an excellent leader too. His personality lends itself to galvanizing other players.
And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game. And the Thunder with some changes. Nick Collison's checked in for Ibaka. And Thabo Sefolosha subbed in for Daquan Cook. And Golden State also making a change. Rush is checked in. It's Curry with the drive. Here's Lee. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And here's Harden for 3. And that's not going to go. And so that brings the first half to a close.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And it's time.
And now the third quarter about to get going.
We've seen James Harden playing a good game here. 9 points. The 9 of his points have come from the three-point line.
Yeah, Clark, he's got a very confident stroke going right now.
You know, the Warriors would have loved to have made the playoffs last year, but after hanging around in the playoff chase for a good part of the season, basically decided to pack it in and get ready to rebuild for next year, and I think that's the right move.
Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and Kendrick Perkins, their front court trio. The backcourt comprised of Russell Westbrook and Thabo Sefolosha. That's the group for Scott Brooks getting going here in the second half. The Thunder leading by 8. Here's Westbrook. They get it back. Durant. It's blocked. Curry with it. He feeds it to Lee. Puts it up from 15. He squares up and sinks it. Lee's got 4 points this quarter. Yet the Warriors had a lot of ground to make up when they made the decision to start playing those rookies. Still, you know, would have been nice for the fans to be able to get the Oracle Arena rocking once again. Still have the great fans out there, Steve, but they're obviously looking to the future.
Well, that's one of the reasons they made the big trade with Monte Ellis going to Milwaukee for Andrew Bogut. They're trying to improve their defense. They're trying to get bigger and stronger. They've got an unbelievable fan base in the Bay Area, and I think they're amassing some good talent. I think the future is bright for Golden State.
Westbrook, no good. Warriors trail by 7.
I'd like to see a 2-for-1 situation here, Clark.
I agree. I think it's always good to give yourself that last shot.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
I thought he rushed it a little bit, guys, because he had a clean look, just lost his focus.
Now here's Curry, and that's a foul. It's called on Thabo Sefolosha. That's his first foul. From deep. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. The three from Harden. It went right down as the buzzer sounded.
Well, I tell you what,
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Thunder leading by 10. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Welcome back. It's time for the fourth quarter and time to check in with the fourth member of our team, Doris Burke, to find out who had the Sprite uncontainable game. Doris?
Hi, guys. Today's uncontainable game is James Harden. He might not have been a starter in this one, but with the way he has played, you have to think he'll be on the floor when it comes to its conclusion.
Great, Doris. Thanks. And when you look at that textbook contribution, guys, coming from one of your reserves, he really fit that definition here tonight.
Yeah, he's really been the X factor in this game. You know, to be honest, I don't think they were ready for him defensively. Seemed like they just didn't have a plan on how to guard him.
well, you know, one of the things about having a guy like him come off the bench is that it gives you a burst. He's a power surge, and he creates immediate matchup problems, especially when he gets hot.
Setting the floor for the Warriors. Klay Thompson and Brandon Rush at the 2 and 3. Then it's Jarrett Jack. Then there's Carl Landry. And it's Lee in at the 5, roaming the paint. And Jack kicks to Landry. Good, and Jack gets the assist. Here's Westbrook.
Man, that was unreal. Hard it up.
Well, I tell you, he squeezed that on as tight as he could before that throwdown.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up. You're right, Clark.
Well, better safe than sorry. I mean, you got to be sure when you're in traffic.
And that was Sprite bringing you the close-up on that big-time play.
Well, they are getting out-rebounded here, and it's showing up on the scoreboard as well.
Yeah, it's something they're going to have to improve upon if they're going to win this game.
The Warriors have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Lee, and a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Fourth quarter now, we're about a minute and a half in. The three from Harden. It's rebounded by Golden State. Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Nope, this one is sealed and delivered.
Now you just want to, forget about this one, move on to the next game, and you got to try to get better in practice. Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending to deflect it away.
Nails it! And now they trail by just 4.
Neither team having any trouble putting the ball in the back. Yeah, this club well on its way to victory. A beautiful offensive execution.
Yeah, I like the fact it was wire to wire, too, guys. A fantastic job for them.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mark Jackson was going over with his team. He said, no time to waste, fellas. We've got to pick it up right now if we're going to make a comeback and try to win this thing. Let's go all out. Back to you.
Excellent find there on that inbound. Really good execution.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you got to freeze the clock. I mean, that's the enemy in this situation.
A few misses at the line, and they're in good shape.
Thompson misses. From midcourt, off target with that shot. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. Clark, it was anybody's game right to the very end.
Yeah, it was. The coach is happy with the outcome, but maybe not so much with the margin.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan player of the game, Russell Westbrook.
It is the way